Okay, I'm Craig Johnson, CCIM, one of your co-moderators with Northwest Equities Investments out of Vancouver, and my co-moderator is
Bob Nelson, PacWest Real Estate Investments, Eugene. I'm also a CCIM.
Go ahead and get started. Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean was our co-presenter at our session prior to the meeting this morning, and he did an excellent job. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. Let's hold right there. It's all about how to use the social media to get in business at a much higher level. And they did a free presentation. Greg and his wife, and Craig, I guess, will be participating momentarily. It's starting at 9:15 to 10 o'clock, free, just before this marketing session. You'll get a bunch out of it. And for me, they're starting to pry the buggy whip out of my hand and get me into Facebook and all that other stuff. Unfortunately, I blew off 76 Facebook contacts last night because I didn't know quite what to do with them. So I guess I'll screw up the system. Now, Rick, please, who are you and what do you have?
My name is Rick Bean. I'm with Rose City Commercial Real Estate. I have a buyer that has $1 million cash. They contacted me through social media. He's looking for something that would be Salem, north to maybe Vancouver, is an ultra-conservative investor, and he asked me, he said, Rick, I love your website, but I'm a little concerned. Can you get me 5%? I said, you know, if I can't get you 5%, I will become an assistant shoe salesman at Walmart.
There you go.
So I got to give him 5% total return.
Now, we're talking then a 5% cash. You own it free and clear? How does he look on debt?
He hates debt, but I'm trying to convince him he might be risky and go for as high as 50%.
Okay, but you understand what he's saying? What kind of property? What type of
multifamily, definitely multifamily.
Is there an apartment complex that would be a fairly decent producer that would have a 5 cap by a show of hands in the room? Anybody can get to those? Yeah, tons of them. Here's a guy who will buy them.
And what he's looking for, he's moving out of bonds. So he doesn't even think in terms of long-term appreciation, isn't thinking of loan paydown. But he is a person that probably wants something as low a maintenance as possible.
Okay.
So something probably.
He wants apartments. Yes.
He's going to have someone else maintain them for him.
Right.
Anyway.
What's the safest food group in this recession?
Apartments.
That's right. There it is. He's after it. So if you can get to it, and I'm suggesting that maybe it'll be above a 5 cap, but that's the criteria at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There it is. Who can help him? Who is grabbing for a white sheet right now? Good, 2 of them.
Rick
Anybody
Bean.
else? Rick?
I got 2. Rick Bean, Rose City Commercial Real Estate. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good morning, Nick Crowder, KW Commercial, CCIM candidate, 503-901-8100. I have another cash buyer that's got a pretty significant war chest they're looking to place into multifamily. They like value add. I think it was Ron that made the comment you can't get a 10% return on a distressed price. I'm having that dialogue with people now. So I think that they would like to get to the 10 or 12% return, but they're going to be buying it lower, doing value add, all that. So that's kind of what they're after, is distress. They want to know they're getting a good deal. I think they're probably going to focus more on replacement value as a metric than income, because I'm going to tell them they have to if that's what they really want. So again,
Give us a hint, price of product. What are you thinking of?
they're just getting started in this market. They're East Coast guys. They're pretty aggressive. They've got that East Coast style. They like to fight. That being said, I'm going to try to set expectations going in on things. For our vacancy, which I already did this morning, remind them that our vacancy in apartments is 3% in Portland. So I think that they'd probably go up to $2 million right now. They're probably going to be all cash. They don't need debt at all. They had a huge windfall on some deals out on the East Coast, and they're looking to place quite a bit out here. Part of the family's moved to Portland, and that's the motivation. So they'll have a family member here that's capable, that'll be managing their Portland assets.
Is there a minimum price?
No, I don't think there is. I think that they'll do some scrappy small stuff. I mean, we looked at a duplex with a sixplex next door that they were very interested in. So I'm not scared by small. I mean, I think if the value's there and they can get to the return, and no, I don't think they want to rebuild something completely. But again, a value add is kind of, I think, what they're after. They're looking distressed, so they're not looking fully stabilized, 6%. They're the other guys, so.
Good. Who has it? Who's white slipping in? Who's mini offering? Good.
Okay,
Fred?
great.
Who else? Okay, now,
I'll
you
come soon.
understand what he's saying. Apartment that is not trophy at the moment. A property that can be modified, remodeled, rehabbed, and have it make sense.
Increase the
How
value.
many apartment complexes are there like that? About 80% of them. Okay, so we haven't restricted your market that much. He's looking for it.
Again, 503-901-8100, thank you.
Ron Ross, Compass Commercial Bend. I guess similar theme. I have a buyer for an apartment complex. I pitched him last month, and we're surveying the market. Got a pretty good handle on what's out there. $3 million is a sweet spot, price range wise. So if there's something out there anywhere in Oregon, but focusing of course on Portland, Salem, go to Eugene. He wants to leverage about 70%, 65, 70% leverage, and he wants to see a 7% cash-on-cash return. And probably Class B units, A units probably aren't going to give him that return. He doesn't want to do too much fixing up. He'll do a little bit. So anyway, it's just we pretty much know what's out there, but if there's something that's not on the market, or maybe you don't think I know about it, please let me know.
Okay, that sounds good. Any questions on what he's looking for?
Was it 3 million total?
Yeah, 3 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, total.
Good. Terry?
Good morning, Terry Phillips with the Phillips Group, Vancouver. I've got a partner that has $900,000 that's looking for a joint venture opportunity, and I think the word there is opportunity, as opposed to just buying something that's kind of okay. Geographically somewhat limited, Portland, Vancouver would be his preference, but if it's further away and he sees the opportunity, he is a little conservative, so I need to let you know that.
Would you do a sale leaseback with a manager?
A sale leaseback?
Yeah.
Depends on the quality of the tenant and the building.
The property is not.
The question, would he do a sale leaseback?
Yes,
Okay.
subject to.
So,
Yeah.
Terry, you say he wants to do a joint venture, so he actually wants somebody else as a partner?
If it's a development project or a rehab project or, something that
He'll provide
needs
the
to move
capital
forward.
as long as it makes sense to
Yeah.
be doing that.
Yeah, something needs to move forward. And then
Does
just,
he want to be more passive than active then, do you think?
he can be active.
Okay.
Yeah, or
Okay.
passive, either way. He'll go either way. Yeah, he has skills. Just as a note, to give you some idea of what happened to real estate prices in Vancouver. My son, who has a hobby of looking for opportunities, and I know we don't do single family here, but he found a one-bedroom, one-bath house for $45,000. And needs about $3,000 or $4,000 worth of upgrade inside, but it is just cute as can be. And lots of work on the landscape, and the house next door is worth about $200,000, and so it's not a bad area. It's 1 block away from a grade school. But if I didn't have one more on my plate right now, I'd probably buy it and just fix it up and hold it as a rental. I would easily rent for $600, $625 a month, but I was shocked.
Good to have kids.
Sometimes. Dan Wanzer, McAdam Forbes. I've got an owner-user looking for office in the greater Beaverton area. 11,000 square feet is the sweet spot. I think 10 is about the smallest he could go. I think he'll go up larger with some other tenants in the building to help pay for it. We're looking at about $2 million or under, so if you've got anything. Now, Greater Beaverton doesn't mean McMinnville, but a little greater than Beaverton, so show me what you got.
We had one like that last month. Who had it? Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions about what he's after?